is because identity theft is a huge problem. I just got a phone call from one of my loan officer friends who said that his client answered the phone and said, "You just won the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes. You won $18 million. We just need your driver's license and your social security number." Now, most of you probably wouldn't fall for that, okay? But unfortunately he did, and guess what? His information's out there. So we protected him with ID Shield. I have a financial planner friend who called me and said, one of my clients was busy working and a pop-up came on his screen. Norton antivirus, you've been hacked. Call this number. So he calls the number and they say, okay, what's your this, that? What's your IP address? What's the da-da-da-da-da? And they remote it into his computer. And as soon as he could see the mouse moving on his computer, the phone went dead. So he calls the number back. And guess what? It wasn't Norton antivirus. It was someone's personal cell phone voicemail.
Wow.
And he freaked out. Fortunately, he called his financial planner. She called me. We got him protected. We did a full scan of his identity. Let me show you what we do. By the way, we handle every type of identity theft. Medical claims, people using your medical insurance, your social security number. Privacy is important. Your driver's license, being someone making a fake ID with their picture but your information, and now they're getting tickets and not paying them. They're opening up lines of credit and not paying them. They commit crimes in your name and ruining your credit. But what we did for this gentleman, the Norton antivirus person, was we did a full scan of his identity. We checked if someone was using his credit, his social security number, his passport number, his driver's license information, his medical insurance, his email, username, and passwords across all of his accounts, his credit cards, his bank accounts. We surveyed the dark web 24/7 looking for this information. And we monitor your social media as well, because we share everything on social media, including what we had for lunch today, right? And you get a virtual private network. So if you're logging in on public Wi-Fi at a hotel or at Starbucks, then you're in on a private network. And we give you a Trend Micro, which is anti-malware, which would prevent you from going to bad websites that are trying to get your information. So what we do is, if you're a victim, we assign you to a licensed private investigator who fully restores your identity. And now it's a $3 million protection policy, which is the highest in the industry that we now provide for our members. We also give you an unlimited service guarantee, which means we'll spend an unlimited amount to fix your identity. Nobody else has that. Where LifeLock stops at $1 million protection, we go to 3 and they don't even have an unlimited service guarantee. So let me tell you, if you don't think that it can happen to you, my good friend AJ's 20-year-old daughter got a phone call from Chase Bank in Huntington Beach. And they said, we think someone was just in here with an ID that had your information, a guy, and she's a girl, and just took out $13,000. And she goes, well, did you give it to him? And I'm like, yes. So she freaks out. She goes down to the bank to file a claim. They say, okay, give us some time to look into this. Meanwhile, rent is due, car payment is due, and all those things. They get back to her after 2 weeks and they say, we looked into it and we're not gonna pay back the claim because how do we know you weren't involved in the scam? And she's like, you just gave my money to someone who came in with a fake ID that's not me. You should be liable. Back and forth, there's nothing that the bank could do. Her dad had signed her up on the family plan, included in his membership because she's under the age of 26. And when she called Dad, he's like, oh, we signed you up for that thing. Let's see if it works, okay? So they call. We assign her to an investigator who puts the pressure on Chase Bank. The law firm puts the pressure on Chase Bank, and we get her every penny of her $13,000. This is why you need experts. Who's ever tried to do things yourself before? My husband likes to try to at least do it himself before hiring a professional that really would do the better job, you know? And he's always trying to fix it, and it's just so much better sometimes to just hire a professional, especially when it comes to your identity. Okay, let's go to the next one. Our last solution which I'm really excited about, is our business owner legal protection plan. This is for business owners that have one or more employees. And so, did you know that the average business owner or entrepreneur is just one lawsuit away from being completely out of business?
Yes.
And we get to help them. Every business owner I share this with, they always say, yes, where were you last year? Where were you last week when I had to fire that employee? Where were you? I could have used you so many times.